You're now tuned into Mic Check Waifu. Polo and Tell, is that you?
Mic check. Mic check waifu. Montel, is that you?
Yes, sir. What's up, Polo? How you doing, bro? What's going on?
This is episode 142 of Mic Check Waifu. As always, it's brought to you by the friends at Lube Complex. Make sure y'all go to lubecomplex.com. Use that offer code waifu to save on your entire cart. It's also brought to you by Don't Talk Shop, as well as patreon.com/Mic Check Waifu. Patreon.com /Mic Check Waifu is offering early access to the video versions of the podcast. It's also giving you access to our bonus podcast, The After Story. Make sure y'all check out that podcast. It's a video only podcast exclusive to our Patreon supporters on Patreon. Shout out to the Patreon producers, AB and Brown, Dre, the GOAT, G, Johnny from Anime Lytical Podcast, Ked the Pro from Chaotic Culture Podcast, Explicitly, Monique Williams, Nachi. Thank y'all so much for supporting this and many other episodes of the podcast. We appreciate y'all so very much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Mic Check Waifu is brought to you every Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. EST by Polo and Tell. Today is going to be a super chill episode. We got some things to talk about, got some things to discuss. I do want to start off though with Montel. How you feeling, man?
Amazing. Mostly for the fact that, like I told you before we started recording, this next week I'm about to have a couple of days off. And then baby 3 is due. So I'm gonna have
B3
a couple of weeks off. I'm about to have a little bit of time. I ain't gonna really be chilling too much because, you know, we got babies.
Right.
I gotta take care of the babies. But time off is amazing.
For sure.
Just to breathe and exist.
It's necessary. Definitely necessary. I'm feeling pretty good. I made a step in my life. I'm not gonna talk about that step here. I'm gonna save that for the after story. But I made a step in my life, and I'm happy for it. I'm also excited because we got news that I can't remember. This probably wasn't, but it was close. An anime that was in my top 10, or may have been close to my top 10. I may have caught it in an honorable mention years back. It's coming back, fucking finally. It's Classroom of the Elite. Ooh. I'm so fucking happy that this show's coming back. I don't know if you've seen it, Tell, but
it's been a while, but yeah,
it's a must watch. I am going to do a rewatch of it, and I'm gonna do exactly what we just talked about doing before we started recording, and that is I'm gonna create a video about it. I'm probably not gonna script nothing, but I'm gonna rewatch it, maybe jot a few notes, and just rant about it because I just miss it. It's so good. Classroom of the Elite is so good. Again, another one of those dubs I enjoy from back in my dub only years. It was that old, but it's a special show for me. I'm gonna rewatch it, and I can't wait to discuss it a little bit further in that video. Again, if you're a Patreon supporter, you're gonna get early access to that video. So make sure you consider subscribing to our Patreon if you can, for just $1 or more. Tell, what was your episode of the week this week?
It was hard, bro.
Was it?
It was between Ranking the Kings and My Dress Up Darling. I think I got to give it to My Dress Up Darling.
Yeah, My Dress Up Darling was just the fucking best show.
It's so fucking good.
It's
such a good anime.
I'm not even gonna hold you. It's running circles around this season.
It's surprisingly the outlier here.
Yeah. Shout out to something I saw that said that I think it was on animenews.com or something like that. But I was just scrolling through that just to find something that we could discuss here. But they said that the creator of My Dress Up Darling is a girl, and this is her first anime that she's done that is Our first manga that's getting an anime adaptation. She was crying literally the entire time she's watching.
She deserves it.
She just absolutely deserves it.
Not to cry,
No,
but she deserves to cry
happiness.
happy tears.
Absolutely.
And,
The show is incredible.
It's beautiful. Like, they take every opportunity to make this beautiful. And one of the things I like stylistically about My Dress Up Darling is, like, when they show, like, the anime characters or the characters the cosplay are based off of, they intentionally attempt to make them slightly more stylized outside of their world, right?
Yes. More anime than the anime is.
Right. And the only thing that ever did that, obviously, that we saw that kind of really did it was Blue Period.
Another fire ass show.
And it's a great stylistic choice because once they bring those characters to life, they shine.
Absolutely, it just makes them stand out so much more. It's unbelievable the emotion that it invokes and it's not even nothing drastic, right? Because I'm used to watching slice of life. My slice of life list is very extensive, extremely extensive. My slice of life stuff consists of stuff that'll probably ruin your heart, though. It's all shit that'll fucking break you for whatever reason. But this is just one that I can get behind. It just feels good to watch.
It does.
It just feels so good to watch and to look at.
I would like to say Gojo from My Dress Up Darling, if there is there's going to be a category for it regardless, he can win category for best boy.
Absolutely, easily.
He's killing it, bro. He's so wholesome and he's so, like, he's just him.
Yep, unapologetically him.
And I love Boji because I think Boji deserves to win possibly best boy too. But Gojo just has an entirely different experience that he's going with here, and it's something that's refreshing.
Y'all gonna hate me, but I'm so indifferent about Boji that it's just I'm so indifferent. And I I fuck with Boji. I love Boji. His heart is cool. I like his heart. His heart is dope. It's a dope. He's a dope character. But as far as characters go, I'm just indifferent to him.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm saying I think Gojo deserves best boy. Because of even from, and we're not that far in. Like, I know it's only 12 episodes. True. But what are we? 8 episodes in?
9 episodes in.
9 episodes in, right? And he's developed a lot. He developed a lot within the first 3 or 4 episodes. Just when we saw, like, the first official cosplay and stuff. Like, he changed from just like a more timid character to us seeing him kind of evolve into his space with the art and the skills and talents he has. The shit was amazing, and he just develops the world around him every chance he gets.
I love that. And that's what I love more than anything. Yes, Boji's development was fantastic. He's a great character, but it was a little sped up for me, like, obviously. And was that 20 some odd episodes? Yeah, 20 episodes in. It's a little sped up with his development, and that's cool. That's perfectly fine because it was still well done. Like, it was still well developed. But I think the Gojo and just Maureen it too, like her specifically as well, her finding herself and finding out, because this has to be the first time she's ever been in love with somebody, and it's clear as day she's experiencing this for the first time for herself, and she doesn't know how to handle it just as much as Gojo don't know how to handle it. So it's great to just watch them interact
and their relationship, right?
Yes.
Because they're complete opposites in terms of, like, social interactions outside.
Absolutely.
Like, in public, they're complete opposites.
Absolutely.
But it's amazing to see them work together because they don't seem like complete opposites when they're together.
Right. Yeah, it's been great to watch. I can't wait till we do our other episode though.
Yeah. Maybe
I want to save that for when we actually do it. But I can't wait. Just know that the Re3 introduction of Mic Check Waifu is coming soon. It's gonna have something to do with genres, and it's gonna have something to do with top lists. So be on the lookout for that. That's coming soon. I can't wait for it. We got a couple of questions from Twitter. A few questions from Twitter, from some of our favorite Twitter folks, and one we ain't get from a question from in a while. Let's see here. We got a question from GB from Worst Generation Podcast and Anime After Dark CH. Shout out to the homie GB. We appreciate you for all you do for the community. He says, if y'all had to cosplay and method act one character, who would it be and why? And that's the reason why I put this question here in this Dress Up Darling talk. If you had to cosplay one character and method act that character, who would it be and why? And let's just say it doesn't have to be anime.
That's hard.
That's a real tough question.
Method act.
Exactly. Now, I think that's the hardest part for me.
I got. I kind of got like two characters in my head, right?
What you got?
One of them is gonna be funny as fuck.
Talk to me.
But all right, hear me out. I think Sonic the Hedgehog would be a dope character to actually play.
Absolutely.
I don't think I have his personality, but it would be fun to attempt to have his personality.
Yeah.
And you know, Sonic the Hedgehog is one of my favorite characters of all time.
Yeah.
Just love him. But yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog, and then I just think of this character because I would love to play this character in this world because I hate this character outside of this world. The Batman who laughs, who is the evil Batman, who literally kills and destroys his entire universe and then goes to another universe and attempts to do the same thing. I fuck with that.
That's funny. I like that though.
And watch him kill Batmans around the world. Yeah. I would love to be the Batman who laughs. For my Batman fans who will listen to this.
Since tell when outside of anime, I'm gonna go into anime. This may sound cliche as fuck, and y'all know us. We don't really go the cliche route, right? We don't normally go the One Pieces, the Naruto's, the atypical shit.
I'm about to say Goku. Don't say Goku.
But if I had to cosplay and method act somebody, it's gotta be the GOAT villain for me, Madara Uchiha. Yeah.
Hey, let's go.
How fucking dope would that be? And I feel like his way of life is kind of consistent to mine. And I'm not saying his thought process and killing people and all that kind of shit. No, I'm talking about I don't give a fuck. I'm talking about
when you got hands like that though.
Yeah. I'm talking about the ready to put anybody down kind of shit. I like that. I would definitely love to method act that. But I would also like to just, I don't know, get some Neil Kaplan in my soul.
Yeah, be the background plan to change the world.
Yeah, true. And for those of you who don't know, Neil is the guy who voiced Madara with that fucking crazy, one of the voices of Madara with that crazy ass speech.
If you ever happen to play Madara, right, we gonna make sure that the script don't let you get hold by some character that just randomly shows up.
Is that what happened though?
Nah, I guess she ain't randomly show up, but
yeah,
you knew who she was, but she pulled up and. All right, quick question.
What's up?
Because I saw this on Twitter, and I'm so tired of this. We are Naruto fans.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
And people keep saying this stuff like Sasuke would have beat Naruto down, right? And it was like close. Naruto held back the whole time. I just wanted to, I didn't know what you thought about that. I knew you was a Naruto fan, but I knew you also looked deeper. And I was like, Polo definitely feel like how I feel.
Yeah.
And he knows Naruto would have handed it to Sasuke if he actually wanted to.
Yeah. I mean, and then you can even pick your timeline, to be honest. I think all of them he would have.
If he was really trying to fold him.
Yeah, if he was really trying to kill him, he'd be dead. Yeah, that's what Twitter and their conversations. They don't really have much to talk about. So
it's official. Y'all can stop talking about it now.
They won't. They won't because I get rid. Never mind. Anyway, let's next question. Let's get into the next question. Our boy Black from Inside the Mind of a Bird podcast group of folks. He says with jobless reincarnation. Black Hole Player, by the way. He says with jobless reincarnation and Classroom of the Elite being announced, which season 2 are you looking forward to for the remainder of the year? Season 2, it's definitely Jobless too, but Classroom of the Elite way more so than Jobless. And I love Jobless. I love Jobless more than Tell, but Classroom of the Elite is a lot more. I don't know, me, I guess.
It's hard as fuck to not be excited and ecstatic for Jobless Reincarnation 2.
Yes.
It's extremely hard to not be like, we get into season 2 and like pop off. What? I'm hype about that.
Yes, sir.
Classroom of the Elite, I gotta do a rewatch, honestly, because I'm trying to remember everything that happened, and I just only remember
because it's a lot.
I only remember a few things, so it's like I got to go back and watch it so I can get this full. Let me see if I get hyped with y'all when I watch it.
You probably will. The fucking main character is incredible in Classroom of the Elite, one of the best of all time. Yeah. Between those two, I mean, I'm sure y'all super excited for what's his name?
Rise of the Shield Hero.
Right, there it is, that one. I'm sure y'all excited for that too. I ain't trying to ruin nobody's fun. That show's okay. Mad decent. Extremely average after the first 6. But that's funny.
He did get pretty average now that I think about it.
It was really just average.
But he was great. Great.
Definitely.
You're right.
I agree with that. We haven't heard from So Very Unrelated in a long time. So Very Unrelated says, are you guys currently watching any TV shows outside of anime?
I have to finish Peacemaker. And I'm only watching Peacemaker because there's Batman slander in it. Because he was talking bad shit about Batman. I loved it. Bel-Air, I'm watching.
Okay.
And then what else? Oh, I'm only watching this because my wife wanted me to watch it, but I'm also on season 2 of Euphoria.
Okay. And as for me, I don't watch regular TV ever.
Yeah, I'm not a regular TV fan either. If it's not animated or to do with this podcast, I prefer not to watch it. But
yeah, I literally don't have the heart or the time if it ain't football. And she also says, what's a song or album you have on repeat right now? So there was a conversation that I had with Crystal, one of our favorite people. She brought up Sinead Harnett, I think is how you say it. But her song, she has a song, an R&B song called "Let Me." She's a R&B singer from Europe, so she's across the seas. Very beautiful. Like one of 2 celebrity crushes I have. I only have 2 celebrity crushes in this entire world, and she's one of them. Okay, but it was when I was streaming, somebody requested this song in my chat. They played the video. I was literally playing. I was playing BDO, Black Desert Online. I was inside of a No Wars, these intensive Gil v Gil battles, and them fucking fighting. Somebody requested this song. The song is playing with the video because I used to have the music video always playing, so people could have something else to watch outside of BDO. I'm literally fighting for my life. Like, y'all killing me with this shit. Watching this video, I'm just watching the video while I'm fighting in this game, and I just said, "Fuck the game." Stop fighting and focused on this video. This girl's voice, unbelievable. The video, unbelievable. The song, incredible. It's one of the first time I think I've heard an R&B singer like sing about like being broken up with and like this heartbreak sense that was just that you felt like you felt her heartbreak, like she didn't want her boyfriend to leave, and it was just the most fucking gut punching. I'm like, don't leave her. I was feeling it that deep because her vocals was just that fucking good. If You Let Me by Sinead is one of the songs I had on repeat after that conversation I had with Crystal. And I'm an R&B head. Like I love R&B music more than any other music. Well, lo-fi more, but just R&B music is my shit. And that song is just incredible. Along with that video, shit, I might even put it in this fucking podcast. We might get blasted by the YouTube demons, but whatever. I love that song so much. Her voice is crazy. Oh yeah, my second crush is Sanaa Lathan, obviously. Obviously.
As always, I think it's always been.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. For years, right?
Forever. Forever. But yeah, that's the song for me.
Funny story. As far as I recall, I don't think I remember Polo ever having a crush on celebrities.
I never did.
In general, it's been like real people, and then as soon as they show their true colors, Polo be like, eh.
True. Tell him. I need to get that tell him button done.
Oh man! All right. So my song is me and my son Apollo's favorite song at the moment. It's called "Champion" by Fireboy DML and D Smoke.
Oh, okay.
Apollo loves that fucking song, and he'll like, "Daddy, play Champion, please. Daddy, play Champion." I play it.
I like
it's
that.
It's that reggae song, but it's like it's got the rap to it with D Smoke. You know, D Smoke he talk real stuff. He don't talk about like the same stuff that too many of these other rappers talk about.
Sure, yeah.
And it's just a real good song. Give me real inspirational vibe. So I'll be in the gym pushing to it, and Apollo be at home talking about champion.
I love that.
I'm a mother and champion.
Well, I hope he don't be cussing, but you know.
Yeah.
That's funny. And then last but most certainly not least, our boy _ Rob J, which is his I forgot what's his newer Twitter account. I have to remember that it's _ Rob J now. But he says, I hope I'm not too late. We gotta do a review for the Jujutsu Kaisen movie. Yes. Abso-freaking-lutely we will.
For sure.
I'm probably not gonna see it in the theater. I'm probably gonna have to wait till it hit like Crunchyroll or something like that. But yes, for sure. And then he said, you said what?
I said theaters be packed out here.
Yeah, man. It was. And then last time I went to a movie, it was to see the new Spider-Man, and I fucking happened to sit next to the worst fucking person ever.
Oh no!
Oh,
wait, what you mean? I need a story time. Break it down.
Quick story time. I'm watching Spider-Man. I'm chilling. This is my favorite superhero. The one thing that brought me out the motherfucking house in a public place with my social anxiety. No one is gonna be busy. I decided to do it anyway because it's Spider-Man. Sit down. It's this group. It was this guy. It was me, the guy, and then another guy, like his father or brother or something, older brother or something, and then his girlfriend, and then another person. I'm sitting there, we watching the movie. Anything that happens, he has something to say about it. So, but watch this. That's crazy. But is that what? In the middle of the fucking movie theater, everybody quiet, and he just saying all these fucking one-liners for everybody to hear. And then dude that's sitting next to me, that's sitting next to him, it's like, yo, chill out, man. Just enjoy the movie. He's like, I'm sorry, I got excited. But he's saying this shit loud enough so everybody can hear it. I guess to get a laugh or whatever the reason is. I just kept giving him that fucking look, and he just kept looking over at me. Sorry. Like, bro, stop.
Yo, Polo fighting his inner demon. Keep from flipping out.
Bro, man, I was getting so pissed off. I'm like, yo, you don't need to say anything about everything. It's enjoy the look. I'm excited too. Trust me, I'm just as excited as you are. But I'm also a grown ass man that's not gonna sit here and talk to the fucking movie theater while everybody trying to watch a movie. Man, listen, my demon was about to come out.
Yo, that's hilarious, actually. And funny thing is,
that Leonard Craig was about to show.
I've never had an actual experience like that in a movie theater, other than like, I think it was once I was like in middle school at Randall Park Mall.
Oh Jesus Christ! At Magic Johnson Theater.
All right.
Jesus.
And that was the only time, and I think it was just a bunch of kids in there anyway. So I don't think I even paid attention to the movie.
Yeah.
I think it might have been me and CJ.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. I don't even know if it was me and him.
That's funny.
Sheesh. Yeah, that's it. But man, Paul, I'm sorry. I'm glad you ain't had to pull out the combos on them.
No, it was. I mean, it was whatever, man. Luckily, the movie was good enough for me to just ignore it. But
for the most part.
Yeah, for the most part, it still irritated the fuck out of me. I ain't gonna hold you. All right, he says, how do y'all feel about tempering expectations before going into a show or a movie? And he says, I feel like people expect one thing, but when they're mad about it, and get mad about it when it doesn't happen.
I think this
Tempering
goes into something.
That's a good.
I think this goes into something Polo was talking about earlier, and it has to do with opinions.
It's like an asshole. Everybody got one,
right? So we gain opinions based off things we see, right? We see trailers like, oh, that's hype. We see our friends and our peers and whatnot get hype about something, so we get hype. And I think at this point in our anime and podcasting experiences that like we don't care much about outside opinions. We might care about like the trailer or whatever. But also I think that with the tampering of, you know, our expectations comes the idea that like when we watch something, when we enjoy something, when we ingest some content or something like that, we're going to take it with all the punches it comes with. So if it's good or bad, I don't think I have that expectation going in anymore because I'm trying to see what it actually is about. And if it is bad, but I still really enjoyed it, it exceeded my expectations probably, but that's what I did. I went in not with too much expectation. Right. You know, I went in thinking I just got to figure out what this is more or less.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, you're exactly right. Because to be honest, like when we first started this podcast, we used to use Twitter and the opinions of people on Twitter as ammunition for conversation that we discussed on here. Now I think we're like kind of seasoned enough to where we just don't give a fuck about anybody else's opinions on the timeline. I'm gonna cut that part out because that kind of sounds mean, but it just don't. I'm not trying to sound mean with saying it. It's just kind of how I talk, unfortunately. But what I'm trying to say is, I like the tempering expectations only comes from my own self hype, right? Like it would be me hyping something up and me needing to temper my own self, right? What do I feel about people getting mad about it not happening? They're gonna get mad. I think what happens is people do take other people's opinions about something and then use that as like fact, right?
Right.
So somebody says fucking AOT is the greatest show of all time, and then you go watch it and you realize it's really good at first and then just get okay later. You'd be like, okay. Oh, speaking of that, side note, this AOT episode was the best episode they had literally in about, I don't know, 2 years. But I digress. I digress. We're gonna talk about that in the spoiler half. But I'm just saying, like, I think the people who look at other people's opinions or who look up to people for their opinions, which is probably a lot of listeners of this podcast, to be fair, need to understand that the opinions of the people who saying it are just the opinions of the people who are saying it. Find your own opinion. Like, oh, I kind of gel with Tell more than I gel with Polo on certain things, so I'm gonna listen to Tell's side more, but still temper my own expectations onto whatever I'm watching. Or I fuck with Polo's opinion more than Tell's, but still understand that, you know, we're all different.
And one more thing to kind of add to that, when it comes to tampering expectations, I'm gonna just say one thing that humbled my ass real good. Promised Neverland season 2 humbled me.
Facts, brother. Facts.
It humbled me. Something serious.
Listen, you remember me, bro. You remember me. I took up for that. I took blows for that show, bro. And you were just like, yo, this ain't looking good, man, because you was a manga reader. And I'm like, but you know, you never know. It could just be a whole different thing. I was taking punches. Yo, Tell hit me with a 2-piece and a biscuit when I was taking up for that show. He was like, nah, bro, this ain't it. I'm like, bro, it's just different. You just different, you manga nerd. It's just different.
not even trying to throw that in Polo face.
No, I deserve it. I deserve it.
But the reality is that because I already felt like I knew what to expect, I went in expecting something. I didn't temper my expectations thinking that this is still an artistic expression of somebody else. And I let that take me out of the element of it. And I think it was bad.
Very bad.
But I I also took myself out of enjoying it because as soon as I saw how different it was, I was like, oh, this is...
Yeah, from like moment 4, like episode 4, you were done.
I was like, this is bad.
Yeah.
But I shouldn't have been done there. I should have been done further down the line. But even then,
you were right. You were right.
I was right, but I wasn't trying to be right, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. That's
so
a good
I will
point,
say
man.
it tempered my expectations. So like that's why part of the way I feel when I go into certain things, my expectations just like, all right, it is what it is at this point.
Yeah, I love this question so much because it's like,
there's a lot of reasons to temper your expectations.
yes, man. I feel like people expect one thing, but they're mad about it when it doesn't happen. Yeah, man, I guess you can't go into something expecting it to be a certain way, right? Like I'm expecting Classroom of the Elite season 2 to be fucking just so good.
Right.
So, but I have to temper my expectations because it's also been like 3 or 4 fucking years or something like that since Classroom of the Elite. So who's to say that
literally booty butt cheeks?
Yeah, who's to say that this is not just a reboot, or it could be a reboot because of what they did with Classroom of the Elite is completely different than what happened in the actual light novel. So it's like it's a whole nother thing. But even though the anime adaptation was still very good,
it could be like Tokyo Ghoul Re.
I fucking pray to God, man. I'm gonna quit this podcast right now.
Yo,
Tokyo Ghoul Re, bro. Tokyo Ghoul in general.
It could be Classroom of the Elite 2 where they start off and try and be like, oh, this is going to be similar to the manga, and then just completely veer off.
Gone, bro.
Then go to Rude. Oh my God, bro.
Man,
I hope not.
You scared me, man. You scared me.
I'm not trying to, Paul. You know I love you, bro. I ain't trying to do you like that.
You did me dirty. Next up for Rob, he says, and again, he's great with these kind of questions. Top 3 favorite candy. Now, neither one of us are big candy eaters, but I'm sure we got some candy we like.
Oh yeah. So
top 3, damn.
I'm gonna go from 3 and then you hit your 3. All right.
Yes, sir.
Crunch Bar.
Man, what's that? 1, 2, or 3?
That's 3.
Okay. 3.
Actually, yeah, Crunch Bar.
3 Reese's Cup.
2 Reese's Cup.
2 Swedish Fish.
Damn, they do be busting. Number 1 for me is a Butterfinger.
Number 1 for me is Gummy Bears.
Which ones though?
Harborough.
You like those?
Yeah.
What's the ones that come in the white? No, the forest.
Oh, yeah.
The Black Forest gummies.
Black Forest.
Oh my.
Yes. Black Forest is also very good. I mean, either war are real good. You can't lose. You're not losing.
You can't. Good choice though.
Yeah. Great question, Rob. Fuck. Those questions are always fantastic. I feel like outside of those winter being so fantastic, it's almost time for us to start talking about spring.
Mm-hmm.
Spring is going to be coming up in the next couple of weeks. We probably still got about 3 more weeks before we should start discussing it. But I will say this. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know what it is about this season, but it's kind of been too. What am I going to say? I kind of feel like I'm getting spoiled.
You said you feel like you're getting spoiled.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting spoiled. Because I know spring probably ain't. What I did, you know what? Let me take all of that back. I think I'm going to be spoiled next season too.
You're definitely going to be spoiled in spring.
Because I looked at spring and I saw so many slices of life. It's so many slices of life that I'm so looking forward to. That
Komi-san.
It's so many, bro. Just look down the list.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Hover over everything that says slice of life.
Comedy, romance, fantasy, slice of life.
It's a lot.
Spring is polo season.
I'm about to eat this spring. We're gonna discuss that in later episodes and probably a few weeks down the road. But
oh my God, this name is crazy. It's gonna be a horrible izukai. The greatest demon lords were born as a typical nobody.
Hey, listen, that might be good though, because we also thought so many fucking.
Taxi got a movie coming out.
Oh, true. I heard about that. Yeah. Oh, that's what I wanted. Yeah, I had to speak on that too. Odd Taxi. I continue my Odd Taxi watch. They're releasing 2 dubs at a time. Apparently, 2 dub episodes at a time. I can only watch one of them. Now, hear me out. This is me tempering my expectations. Shout out to Rob J. Because now it's becoming predictable. Mm-hmm. Now I'm starting to see what they're doing. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm probably still gonna be. They trying to do the whole twist thing. I love how it's cute how all the narratives are coming together in this crazy, what seemed to be crazy through line with, you know, I don't want to talk too much into it, but people coming after people because of fucking guy erased dodo bird fucking role, and you got the fucking cats and their whole situation, and then one chick being like this fucking what seemed to be this cat that's gold digging, and you got this whole I'm starting to see how the through lines are going to come together in this big fucking mash fuck up that's going to be crazy. Probably. I'm not gonna assume anything, but I couldn't watch the episode after that one. After episode, I think it's 5. Yeah, I couldn't watch episode 5. I just didn't want to. I just wasn't in the mood for it. Okay. I don't know what it is about episode 4. Was it episode 4? No, was it episode 4? I think it was episode 4. It was when our taxi driver, I forget his name, finds out about the alpaca, quote unquote, doing shit with the baboon. It's just sound crazy. If you haven't watched Odd Taxi, it'll probably sound like, what the fuck is Polo talking about? But alpaca helping the baboon sell some medicine, allegedly. I don't think that's how it happened. Obviously, it's probably not how it happened exactly, but it's more or less kind of what happened. And our taxi driver's like, he feel used and abused by the alpaca. Obviously, that's not the full story. It's going to be something else behind that. But that's what happened initially in this episode. And I'm just like, okay. I'm starting to feel like whatever. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe it's not as special as I thought. Tempering my expectations. Okay.
Johnny, you heard him.
I'm tempering my expectations.
Maybe it's not as special as he thought. Hear me out. I still think 100% that no matter how much you temper your expectations,
I think we got the name of this episode.
Yeah, you're right though. I don't think it matters how much you temper your expectations. The ending of this, the wrap up of this, you're not going to see it coming.
Okay.
And that's just coming from the point of view that I have. Unless you see a spoiler on the timeline, which luckily I have not seen any for Odd Taxi on the timeline.
No.
I don't think you can prepare yourself for this ending. You would have to have pre-existing knowledge. And even if you did, I don't see you having that thought while watching it. So
I kind of have a thought.
Okay, what's your thought?
We ain't gonna talk about it right now.
You're not gonna. Just what's your thought?
I'm gonna share it with you after the show is done recorded.
Are you gonna share with me during the break? Because I gotta know
during
now.
The break. Yeah.
Because I don't think you're gonna get it, but okay.
Yeah. It's okay. Like, I don't know. No pun intended. Starting to feel taxing. Like I think they're trying to, and this is what I felt about the Ranking of Kings at some point. I feel like they were trying to get too cute with the whole through line of everything, right? Like it's just overarching. Yeah, it's this overarching story. You got this, you got this, you got this, and you got this, and you got this, to where it starts to just kind of convolute, and I'm like, okay, that's enough of this shit. Kind of feeling. And Ranking of Kings, it happened when they started going into the Moranjo story. And when King Bosi was talking about it, I'm just like, what? Like, this shit don't even. It still don't correlate to the action that's actually being done right now. Like, it doesn't add up.
Her backstory is the weakest.
It's so trash.
Her whole shit is weak.
It's weak as fuck, and it didn't validate what Bosi decided to do. For one, to his own son and to his own family, like, none of that shit made sense. But obviously, the show is still phenomenal for Boji and you know, everything else. But I'm starting to feel like it's doing that. Like, it's too taxing. Like, it's trying too hard to do this story that's twisty turny. Oh, but look at this twist right here, boom, and it's gonna be this kind of average twist that I'm probably going to be predicting right. I don't know.
I don't want to go too into detail on it because I do really like Ranking the Kings.
Yes, Ranking the Kings is still great.
But what bothers me about Ranking the Kings is that I think they're doing exactly what I said they were going to do. They were going to try and make us feel emotions for every character we come across, right?
Yes.
Every character that has been a main character in some way, even the big green dinosaur monster thing, the ogre dude.
Yep.
Every character has some kind of backstory that made us like them, right?
Supposedly,
The thing is that the thing is those characters who it didn't succeed on, it like failed big time. And I think Miranjo is really like the main one it really failed on.
Even Oaken.
Oaken. I think the issue with Oaken is they didn't give us enough details, right?
Yeah.
Miranjo, I feel like they gave us the details and was like, this is why she is who she is. I'm just like, this is stupid.
It's dumb as fuck. Yeah.
So I rock with your opinion on that because it's like her strife and issues, while they are significant,
Sure.
It doesn't quite give us the detail as to why she's doing what she's doing now, other than the fact that like she wants to be with King Bose. But it's just wild. King Bose, I'm still holding out hope for him that he's not a complete dick, because I think Miranjo really is the one who's doing everything. But if he is really I'll be more disappointed in those two storylines, to where the point is like it kind of brings down the integrity of the show for me.
Yeah, because at first I had a thought like, okay, maybe he's doing this because he's being controlled, just like Oaken, just like many of the other puppets from Miranjo, by her, and that's why he's okay with being in his own son's body, like basically deleting his son's consciousness, well, quote unquote.
I don't think he's okay with that because of what he said early on.
Yeah,
but I don't think he has a choice because he didn't ask for that.
That's true.
But I do still think like I think he knew this was a possibility.
Yeah,
and that's what I want him to show some kind of like some kind of disappointment in what he's going through and being in his son's body. Maybe it's because of the thought of him trying to kill my queen.
That's when he told them to kill Queen Hylian. That's when I had a problem. I'm like, what? Hopefully he's just being controlled. That was
but he's not being controlled.
And I know
he's definitely not being controlled.
And that's where I have the problem. Because the backstory that he was speaking of, that's when I knew he wasn't being controlled, because he was telling that story from his point of view. When he told that story, I'm like, what?
He talked about how Miranjo is the person he loves most. That shit was like
what, bitch? No.
Weren't you talking about you was gonna give Boji the kingdom?
Yes, man.
He lived a beautiful life because he took his power.
Come on, man. Let's blow a little plot holy.
It's okay. Boji about to come out here and poke his dad to death.
Oh shit! I can't wait.
Did you watch the latest episode?
Of course.
Okay. Yeah.
I can't wait.
It was somebody who said he packed dude up into an actual suitcase. Oh man, I was like, that was disrespectful.
Man, what a way to solve that. That episode was great. I enjoyed it.
Man. Oh, also, on talking about episodes, my choice for sleeper of the season, Lando Lido.
Yes.
I just wanted to put this out there real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I like that we're meeting actual human characters, but this anime has the worst singing I've ever heard in my life.
Oh no!
It was like Ice JJ Fish.
She was crying, bro. Yeah.
Did you watch it?
Yes, I watched it.
But it was bad.
It was real bad. She was crying though.
I don't care. Just hear me out. Crying can sound good.
That's why them fucking people in the well was like, yo, somebody was moaning. She was scary as hell.
Because that was bad,
she
bro.
was groaning in that motherfucker.
At least you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. I was like, nah, this is.
It sounded awful. It was real bad.
Why am I watching this?
It was real bad.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I paused it right there and went and did something else for a few minutes.
It was awful. It was awful. Good episode though.
Right, good episode. But what am I listening to?
Terrible singing.
Yeah, but when she came back to the village and then she told the little girl, "I'm back," she's like, "Oh, I was about to tell everybody you were the evil witch." I was like, I was like, just do it, man. Why she erase this whole city?
True. The whole city's gone. Man. Oh, man. Also, 5 days from the day we're recording this until 86 is back. So next week, we'll have 86 to discuss.
Excited.
No, I'm so excited. All right, let's get to know Mic Check Waifu. This is part of the podcast where you get to know us as hosts a little bit better. It's my turn to roll a random number. No.
I asked the question. You rolled Jim.
Yes, I do roll a random number generator. No,
because I rolled the random number generator last week.
Oh, okay. How many questions we got? 45?
Oh, no, I'm not a professional.
I think I might have accidentally forgot to delete the last question.
Oh, wait, I went to the damn rated anime. Get to know Mic Check Waifu. We have 45 questions.
Yeah, I forgot to delete the one.
Definitely forgot to delete it.
Definitely forgot. 32. Old school Shaq.
Would you rather win the lottery or work at the perfect job?
Win the lottery. What kind of question is that?
I mean, but first of all, we don't even know how much the lottery is.
I don't give a fuck. I can take that lottery money and make the perfect job.
I'm saying, what if it's like $10,000? That's still a lottery.
Still lottery. Yeah, you're right.
Now, if we talk about like, the major lottery, like you hitting, 10, 20, 50 billion. I mean, million.
Whoa, billion.
Not billion, million. Then I agree. You can make the perfect job.
Yeah. For this scenario, let's call it that then.
All right, 50 million. You win 50 million.
There it is. I'm taking that.
You taking that?
Yeah.
What would you consider the perfect job? What would be the perfect job that you would compare? This that you're doing right now?
Yes, I will be able to take that money. I will be able to put it into. We'll put it into a studio, and we'll have a nice little backdrop and fucking LED screens and shit.
Hey, and then we can use like a smooth 100,000 to advertise.
Smooth 100,000. Fuck the advertisement. I'm talking getting a C-Red 100 camera. Oh,
yo,
fucking putting our pores on blast, brother. I'm talking,
bro.
I'm talking fucking anchor crane cameras, a crew we can hire to run that shit. Man, we turning this into Channel 8.
Hear me out. Let's stop that real quick. Would you even trust a crew to run it?
Probably not, but
we're gonna have to interview.
We can find the right crew.
True.
And all they got to do is change the camera. Go from camera 1 to camera 6. Yes, we're going to have 6 of them motherfuckers. In our studio building in downtown Houston.
For sure.
Overlooking the city.
In a penthouse.
Yes, sir. And we're going to live right above it.
You ever been to my Uncle Rick penthouse?
Mm-mm.
That motherfucker was nice. Yeah, we need that. Go ahead, hit that 50 million, Polo.
I got you.
You know what's funny? Because I agree. I would do the same thing Polo just said. Because then I would make the perfect job. But hear me out. I think that even though I would love to hit the lottery, I will never play because I'm not a gambling person.
Yeah, I wouldn't play either. Well, I think I did before. On some Desperado shit.
And Desperado.
But
yeah, go ahead and slide me that lottery money. Watch me chill. Act like ain't nothing ever happened. Talk to my family, be like, hey, yo, I love y'all. What y'all need?
There it is.
Like, y'all need a new car? That's it. All right, boom. I ain't gonna tell y'all I hit the lottery, but here's that.
Here's that new car.
That's 50,000 you need for that car.
I am bringing my mom's down here though.
For sure.
That's for sure.
I'm telling you, I'd be like, Mom, you ain't gotta work ever again. Let's get you a nice little mansion.
It's a nice two. It's a nice 2.
Right.
That may sound stingy, but that's enough. That's enough.
It's more enough.
You know. All right, let's take this quick break. When we come back, we're gonna spoil AOT. We pretty much spoils kind of everything. I guess Platinum Man will fucking discuss that. Fuck it. All right, we'll be right back after these smooth tones from Sanid. I love you, girl.
till the truth starts to click. There's so much space in this bed. These sheets go for months. Dreams of your smile. I don't wanna be just a memory, and I don't wanna feel your wings break free, because without you I'm lost in the breeze. I gotta be strong now. I gotta show you how I love you like I've never ever loved somebody. I'll give you things you didn't even know you wanted. Don't tell me that it's not enough. My time is up, you're over us. 'Cause I think I might do anything for you if you just let me. If you just let me. If you just let me. Just let me. Taste of your lips is still fresh, and the smell of your scent. How could I forget your words? How they cut me to shreds. But to tell you the truth, every piece is for you. I don't wanna be just a memory, and I don't wanna feel your wings break free, because without you I'm lost in the breeze. I gotta be strong now. I gotta show you how I love you like I've never ever loved somebody. I'll give you things you didn't even know you wanted. Don't tell me that it's not enough. My time is up, you're over us. 'Cause I think I might do anything for you if you just let me. Yeah, if you just let me. If you just let me. Just let me. Cause I think I might do anything for you if you just let me. If you just let me. If you just let me. Just let me.
And welcome back to episode 142 of Mic Check Waifu Waifu. As always, make sure you follow us on Twitter at Polo Bornfly and at King Cheliano. We'd appreciate that. And I Mic Check Waifu. We're gonna spoil AOT. This is the best episode they had in many episodes. Was it great? Nah, great. It went great, but it was better than many other episodes. And I'm talking all of their episodes with action. It was better than that for me. I think the next episode is the episode I was most anticipating, even more so than the backstory of what's her face. Just the fucking mother of all the Titans or whatever. Because this is the part where is going to probably look the best, hopefully. I mean, it's Mappa, so probably. But when Falco becomes Falco, you know. Right.
So what about this kind of drives you to say this is the best episode? Yeah,
it's one of the best episodes because of the conversation at the campfire, obviously, right? Obviously, that was most of it. But right. it was a refresher on why we did at some points care about some of these characters, right? Mm-hmm. Or most of the characters, except for the one Armin. They tried. I still don't give a fuck about Armin because the most he got was that that explosion of the port. I digress. But everybody else that they went through, when they talked about the guy, was his name Marco? I totally forgot about Marco, but that episode, when I watched it back in the day, it brought back, lack of a better word, PTSD from seeing that fucking beautiful wit animation and him fucking screaming and reaching out as the Titan Edom, and knowing that what we know about, what's his name, and Annie being the ones that caused that to happen, and how emotional that was for the characters at the time that we did care about them. It brought back those memories, and it made me remember why I did like this show so much back then. Like, I enjoyed it so much back then because of that, the shit that you never saw coming just happening to people, and just having that conversation and the emotion that was filled within Reiner. Dude, I don't even give a fuck about these people's names anymore. This is crazy. But seeing that emotion and the way Gene handled it, obviously in the manga I felt the same way, but it was so much better than reading it. So much better than reading it. Because I just felt it way more.
So I don't think this is one of the best episodes, but I do think this was a great episode for understanding, right? I think like what it did was it recaptured what they experienced throughout those years, like you said, right? So it was a recapturing of that. And like one of the things they said that really like kind of hit me was you guys were all friends, right? They were all friends at some point.
Yes.
Like Annie was working super hard to teach Eren how to fight. Right. And all while knowing she was the female Titan that he was trying to get better than. And these characters didn't do it because they necessarily hated each other, because their goal was, when they got there, was that yes, they hated each other. They infiltrated, got in, and realized that these people, they're doing everything they can to survive. And realistically, that's how it is on both sides. Both sides, these people are doing what they believe is right to survive.
Yeah.
Do I agree with both sides? Absolutely not. Do I think genocide is right? Absolutely not. Do I think that what happened to Paradise Island is right? Absolutely not. But these characters are doing what they were presented with as options from the beginning. And they learned more information as things got on and as things kept going. And it developed into this state of like, they're torn between who they are. And this is where they lost their identity as characters.
Yes.
Because they're so torn at this point to where I'm not sure if the writer just didn't make them, they put them in such a like neutral gray area that these characters, they, like I said, they lost their identities.
Game so fucking boring.
The only thing some of them hold true to is like Mikasa saying she ride with Eren 100%. Right? That's the only real characterization I feel like is still 100%. And then Annie saying she just trying to do what she can to get home.
Yeah, but has Mikasa's been dry, but has it always been this fucking bad though?
It never mattered how dry she was, because the characters around her didn't feel dry.
Yes.
And it's okay to have one dry character, because one dry character can be interesting when the surrounding characters are like decent, right?
Yeah.
True. Like, we love Levi. Levi is verbally dry, but the shit he be talking is beautiful.
Yeah,
he talks the spiciest shit in the fucking show.
Hilarious.
But he's a dry character, we being real. Yeah. Like he's monotone, and he don't get excited other than when he chopping the Beast Titan down.
For sure. For me, he's the comic relief, to be honest.
He also a goat for real. He just limping right now.
Well, a little bit more than limping, but yeah, I got you.
But when you have characters like Mikasa, who is significantly more dry, even though she's a really good combat character, her character pales in comparison to the others. And then when you start to make these big of changes where characters start to get a little bit closer to her level, they're all becoming a little bit more monotone, all becoming a little bit more saddened and depressed even. These characters have hit an emotional low at this point, to where now it's not bringing us all in the same manner anymore.
Yeah.
I don't think this is a bad episode per se, because I do think this is a good episode for AOT.
That's
like you
what
said,
it is.
it was really a refresher, like you said, for getting us back in line with what's all happened, and then putting it all on the table for our characters. Like, our characters can see now that everything that has been done, regardless of what side you were on, was because of the story that you've been told, or the story you've been led to believe, or what the history has done and where you've had to live. It's not about specifically what person you are. It's about where the fuck you were from.
True. And that's what makes it the best episode for me. Now, when I say best episode, don't mistake that for me saying that AOT is good. I still don't think it's that good. I don't think it's that good at all, to be honest. But I think this is something that was necessary. Again, it was necessary in the manga, and it's definitely necessary to watch, like to visually see, because I needed it, especially after the last few episodes. We both was on the same page. Like, this shit is kind of weak.
Yeah, didn't really want to talk about spoilers. And I'll be real though, because like, I know Polo enjoyed this episode, but I could have personally gone without this episode, because I feel like I already understood this context. I do think it was good though to see it animated, but I think in my mind I already saw this context, and
that's true.
I think it would have been more impactful if I never read it.
100%.
Because then I would have been more willing to see the sides. But I do believe when I read it, I was still in that flux of like, okay, well now I kind of understand. But I think always, like, and just in general, if you actually paid attention to the series, because like Polo didn't necessarily forget what happened with Marco. It just was a reminder in the emotional experience of that.
Yes.
Right? Like, if you, and pardon this, because I know this is a little sad, but if you lose a family member, right, you don't necessarily think about that scenario until something happens to trigger that moment. So it becomes emotional. It's almost like a refresh wound. So that's what happened there. Essentially, they opened up the wounds again to let everybody know that we all have wounds, we all have damage, that kind of stuff.
It was set as a reminder to let you know, like, hey, there was a time where you gave a fuck about these characters, Polo. That's what I looked at it as. Because now I don't really care. Still don't. But I can't wait to see next week, though, because next week when shit get active. And it's gonna be interesting to see them.
Hey, temper your expectations.
That's a fact.
Don't go in there. Don't go in there thinking shit about to get active, and it don't happen until the last 30 seconds of the episode.
Very good point. To cliffhanger us, to blue ball us to death.
You know what? I ain't gonna lie though. I feel like this is all gonna happen so fast.
It has to, right?
Yeah, it's all gonna happen so fast, and I think it's gonna leave a bad taste in like
everybody's mouth.
Yeah,
and they're gonna be like, "Damn, Polo was right." Probably not. Nobody would ever want to say that.
I mean, I'll say it.
I mean, you know, because you were real.
But yeah, I have a feeling it's gonna leave a bad taste in everybody's mouth, and the manga readers are gonna be okay for the most part. But I just see it going so fast, and I hope it doesn't feel like it goes fast, right? Like, what if they give us like a 45-minute ending premiere where they kind of wrap things up?
That'd be better.
I would be okay with that,
in
comparison to just getting 23 minutes of the next remaining episodes, because I just don't feel like it's gonna wrap up right.
Yeah, we got 10, 11, 12, 13. That might be enough time, to be honest, because they're already at the port. Is it going to be the port and then it's going to be the past the port, you think? Or
I just feel like when we was at this point in the manga, we still had like
so much
chapters, chapters.
Because we got to get to that, the city, the kid.
It was like 20 chapters between this part, bro. Probably more.
I don't think it was.
Because I remember when we got to this point.
But they were short. They were so short, though.
When we got to this point, it was over a year ago. So maybe it was like 12 chapters.
Yeah, it was very, very short chapters too. But you got the kid, you got the Hanji, you got what are Aaron's people called again?
The Marlians?
No.
Or the Jaegers?
No. Just them, the people who can turn into Titans. You got them.
Titan shifters, yeah.
Yeah, you got them and you got the Marlians and you got that whole little war scene. Sorry. I'm not trying to go too deep. I don't want to spoil it. Yeah, I don't know. You might be right. I don't know if you could do this in 4 episodes.
Ain't got much of a choice now, huh?
Shit.
It's already in pre-animation.
After this, I think this is where we're gonna get the acceleration. We're gonna have to because it ain't no way.
But another issue I have is
You got to fight with all the Titans.
I guess I'm gonna be happy that it's getting active, but is it gonna be straight active and there's not gonna be any conversation in between?
It can't be. It's gonna be conversation during the action like it was in the manga. At least at the end.
I guess that's what I'm saying. It's like, is there gonna be conversation? It's not gonna be any conversation to the last episode, really. But I feel like it just being straight active, we're gonna get bored.
I agree.
I mean, you and I will get bored. I don't know about the rest of the AT community.
No, they're gonna love this shit. They're gonna bring finally blood and all that kind of shit. Next up, Platinum Man, bro. It's worse than we thought.
I mean, we saw this coming, right?
Yep, they tried to retcon what they did. The bullet traveling faster than light. This motherfucker. Oh shit. Apparently he has the ability to time out his whole plan on who he gotta kill. Little did he know though, Red ready to kill out of nowhere. More inconsistency. I'm so fucking confused on what he is.
The issue is they didn't give us a thought process behind it.
None of it, bro. They tried to, I think.
They just dropped his ass into like, get ready to kill people.
He was ready to go. He like, yo, you know, I'm gonna have to kill him. And at this point, he's ready. I just don't know. I don't fucking understand this show anymore. Like I understood it in the first place.
So it's 3 episodes left. It's gonna be 2 episodes of fighting. And
2 episodes of fighting?
Yes.
Yeah, they're gonna drag this shit.
You know how long they draw Metro Polyman out?
Absolutely right.
They were sitting there standing face to face for 2 episodes alone.
Yeah, you're right. You're right as fuck. You're right as fuck. Oh boy. I think everybody gonna die except for our boy Myra, and our girl.
She gonna die last.
I don't think she gonna die.
You don't think so?
No, I think he's gonna go to the moon or whatever and leave her, and she's gonna be sad and whatever.
I think they gonna get her out of there.
I really don't care. You know, ain't that crazy?
for sure.
If she does,
no, I think they're gonna get all those characters out of there, and it's gonna be the doctor or the scientist and Mirai left, and
the angel gonna save him.
She got to, because they made that a point, didn't they?
They
made that a point. And I was thinking about that this episode too. I was like, oh, she does have the ability to grab him, so maybe she'll save him.
Who knows what excuse or why? I don't fucking know, man. That was so stupid. She's the only one that can touch her wielder.
I mean, the thing is I don't think that's necessarily bad.
That's lame as hell.
But what I do think is that I don't think her tangibility, her ability to be touched by humans or touch humans should go unpunished, right? I think that she should also be subject to red arrows and white arrows if she can touch humans. And I think them showing us...
that's way too logical, bro. You can't do that in this show. That makes too much sense. They not about that.
I was thinking the whole time, like, okay, well, they made her tangible, like she can be touched. Does that mean that she can be affected by red and white arrows? And we don't know. But I was like, yo, if they gave us that moment where she get hit or something.
My dumb ass was about to point the mic to you like I ain't got to talk into it. But I was about to. But you're absolutely right, because they did also make it a point to say, they also re-mentioned that angels can be touched by arrows too. So maybe they did that for that particular moment you're talking about. So she can't get punished by a white arrow or a red arrow.
You know,
but
that's
I don't know, man. That's a little too interesting for the show. You know? Yeah.
Oh no, Polo said it's too interesting. Wow.
Yeah. I think your point is too interesting, and I don't think they could do that. I don't know. I don't even know why we're talking about this still. It's crazy.
Because look, we tempered our expectations.
No, we didn't.
We went in with high expectations.
Very high.
And they punished us.
That's why I keep putting that Travis Scott meme with him rubbing his face every time I talk about Watch Platinum Man on her Twitter. That's the only tweet I ever regretted in my entire life.
Watch Platinum Man.
Bro, I put that with all the confidence too.
Yo, Polo was hype on that first episode though.
You was too, man.
Yo. Hey, stop that. I ain't never hype up Platinum Man. I just said it might be good.
That ain't true.
After that first episode.
I'm gonna go back and re-listen.
We was wrong.
We was wrong as hell.
Oh my God, that was good.
Let's wrap.
All right. We just finished talking about Platinum Man and all its horribleness. Let us know where you stand on Platinum Man and how it's going. If y'all still watching or we just watching it for you. We also finished talking about AOT. Seeing where these next few episodes gonna go. They got about 4 episodes to go. So we gonna see how they hold it down. On Getting the Mic Check Waifu, the question was, would you rather be a millionaire or work the perfect job? Let us know what your options are, what you do. What's your perfect job to you? I also said Land Lido had the worst singing anime because it did. That was horrible. Yeah. And we talked about Ranking the Kings a little bit, which is Polo enjoyed the episode, but you know it is getting a little bit weird for both of us. We talked about tempering expectations because they definitely do that in the future because man.
Yes.
We also appreciate all the Twitter questions from y'all. Y'all gave us some great questions to kind of build off of and talk off of.
As always.
Our episode of the week, no surprise, My Dress Up Darling, gold. It was amazing. It was great. We also, y'all know, Classroom Elite is coming back for season 2. Don't forget, temper your expectations for that because they can be like a Tokyo Ghoul, Promised Neverland season.
Don't even wish that upon me.
I won't. But that's been episode 142. I might check Waifu.
I'm at Polo Bornfly on all social media.
I'm at King Taliano on all social media.
You can follow our social medias at Mic Check Waifu on Twitter and at Mic Check Waifu on TikTok. And as always, Mic Check.
Yeah. All right.
You're now tuned into Mic Check Waifu